Okay, hi, I'm so sorry about the music. I don't know how I forgot that. Anyways, friends. Hey, it's Valentine's Day very, very soon. So, looks at you with my big beady eyes. I am dressed for the occasion. Very pink. Jump scare! Jump scare! No, 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 no! But yeah, hi, friends. Here's the full outfit. Look at the shoes. Fun socks. Cool. Everything's cool and good. But yeah, hi! We're gonna be power washing because that is... it is the season. I don't know why it's the season for power washing, but it is. Anyways, we're just gonna hop right into it. Because I'm not wasting my time here. Oh wait, Powerwash Simulator doesn't have any music. Hi. There we go. I usually don't have the music. Yeah, I also love the little hat. It's so cute. It's so whimsical. It's so silly. Put the music like that. Just to have a little something besides just power washing noises. I love Powerwash Simulator. I yearn for the power washing. I yearn to blast things with water. Okay, so apparently that just... it doesn't unplayable. I know, like, it would be nice if it had a little something. Also, there are 3 gnomes down here, and I hate the gnomes. So, here's what we have to do. Gone. Alright. I think the background music might just be a little too loud. Okay, we can change that. Is that better? Might have to change it on my own end. Alright. I'm guessing that yeah is in response to it being good? Question mark? Yeah, okay, yay! So joyous and whimsical. Anyways, the gnomes are dead. I just drowned them. Lost at sea. Or something. The captain will not be coming back for them. Oh, is that loud? Or... no, it is not. It's loud on my end, though. Hang on. They will not be missed. They will not be missed. The gnomes keep saying mean things about me behind my back. They keep putting words in my mouth. They keep saying that I'm saying things I don't actually. They wish to frame me. What's that one term called? Like when what's it? They wish to defame me. Yes, that's the word. Gnomes are very tricky creatures. You don't want to mess with them. They'll do anything to get what they want, which is usually just to make your life miserable. So never trust a gnome. If someone's wearing a tall, red, pointy hat, don't trust. Never trust. Other things to look out for. If they also wear a big white beard. Wear a big white beard. No, if they have big old white beard, you know, with the hat. Not a guarantee, but especially if they're wearing it like with a blue tunic type outfit. Scarf. Please stop. No. No, this can't be. Or how could you? All those things that I got framed for. Like the human remains found in my basement. Of which were planted there by the gnomes. I don't even have a basement. I don't know how they did that. They built a basement and they put bones in there. They put human bones in there. Can we drown Garf now? No, I prefer to skin Garf. You can't make leather with his skin if Garf is lost at sea. Consider the following. But can you skin a porcelain? That is a good question. A porcelain one? Probably not. Now, a real flesh and blood gnome? Yeah, you probably could. I wonder what gnome jerky would taste like, actually. Everyone, type in chat what you think gnome jerky would taste like. And if you refuse, then I'm going to... Suppose you could remove the paint. That is true. But if someone refuses to state their thoughts on gnome jerky, on how it might taste, I'm going to take that as you're a gnome and should not be trusted. Now, me personally, I feel like they're gonna have like a very paints the Garf. I feel like gnomes are gonna have like a very gamey taste to them. Like gnomes are what we're selling Garf for funds for V Candy. We're selling Garf to One Direction. I can't believe it. We're selling Garf to One Direction. Garf, who's your favorite One Direction member? For science. Like, we doeses have to know. Suspiciously Garf-shaped gnome. This could work for, like, West. Oh, okay, I get it. You know what? Good choice. I'm personally, like... Personally a big fan of, that beast. You know? That one's pretty cool, I think. But... West is pretty cool. Well, actually, Southeast is part of, like, the subunit of One Direction. It's called multiple direction. This is so stupid. I don't know what I'm rambling about. But yeah, today, like I said in the server, I learned that radishes are part of the mustard family, and you can eat the whole thing. So I might try doing that one day, even if I end up regretting it. I want to do it one day, just to say that I've done it. Like, I mean, I would eat kiwis with the skin, and then I realized, oh, I'm allergic to kiwi. So, it's not like I'm opposed to doing weird things with eating plants. I have a list of flowers that I've eaten, from tastiest to least tasty. Zinnias are nasty. Do not eat zinnias. It's not that they're toxic or anything, they just taste gross. They're so nasty. Returning to the important question, I think gnome jerky would be a bit earthy. For Snap's a bit leafy as well. Yeah. I think so too. You know, like... I really think... Like... What are they eating? They're probably eating, like, nuts and berries all the time. you know? Maybe they crack open, a grain or so. Worms, yeah, they... Oh goodness, don't get me started on how they terrorize the cricket population. It's looking bad. They're eating worms for sure. Yeah, the woods at night have been rather quiet since the gnomes moved in. A little frightening actually. I think they might have been eating like the birds too. Which it's like even the big ones, they're even eating the owls and stuff, which is like, how are they doing that? Like, they're probably using group hunting strategies, which means that they're moving on from a very, you know, singular lifestyle for a very individual one. Gnomes are the worst invasive species, forsooth, forsooth. But yeah, they're moving on, building like actual social, like social groups, and they're hunting together, and it's terrifying because that means that soon the forest will be empty because they're going to start taking on the coyotes and the deer. Like I've already seen them scavenging a deer carcass, so they're not opposed to eating deer, you know? Like these gnomes, they're really frightening, and nobody wants to do anything about them because they're just like, oh well, gnomes, they're just like charming little woodland creatures, but they don't realize they're still invasive. Like, we brought them to the forests. We displaced them from gnome land. So it's our fault, and we're refusing to do anything about it. Can you believe it? So awful. We need to start catching them and feeding them to sharks. If it's... Yes. Feeding gnomes to sharks is 100% safe. It's ethical, because forest gnomes have no natural predators, you know, where in like the forest that they're living in, not like from gnome land and stuff like that. They have natural predators there, but nothing in our forests are gonna actually attack them, right? They're more confused than anything else. And they, you know, now that they've started this group hunting, means they're more dangerous, so humans have to go and they have to start cutting down on the gnome population, you know? Like, they spread rapidly. I went into the woods the other day, and I went looking for some wild blackberries, like I usually do, and all of the bushes were like completely stripped bare, no leaves or anything even. They were just gone, all gone. Like, can you believe that? Gnomes. Gnomes. Now, I know in some places gnomes are listed as like protected species, but the thing is, they really don't deserve to be protected species because, again, they're invasive to pretty much every environment that we live in. It's really disturbing. Jackbox talking boys! Garf, I'm trying to educate people on a serious real-world issue, and you're making a joke about Jackbox. I can't believe you. But yeah, like... in Tennessee, they're listed as a protected species, but like, what they don't realize is that, again, gnomes are like, they're taking out everything over there, right? And is Addy secretly a gnome? Absolutely not. If I was a gnome, you would have known a long time ago. Garv walking for once through serious real-world problems. Yeah, Garv, come on. But yeah, no. Even heard rumors from West Virginia that they're like in the talks with Mothman, and they're trying to threaten Mothman over his over his property. trying to encroach on his territory and stuff like that, which is like really not cool. I mean, there's only one Mothman. Come on. So yeah, gnomes are a big problem. What are the telltale signs of a gnome infestation? Okay, well, one of them is finding a bunch of acorn caps in your house, in your yard, anywhere nearby, but that they're filled with syrup or like different colors on the inside, right? So like they use them as little bowls and as cups and stuff like that. So any sort of acorn cups that have something that is not an acorn in them, that's a sign. If you see any shreds, Garf leaves those Garf. No wonder Garf isn't taking this seriously. I can't believe you, Garf. This is actually diabolical, and I'm really disappointed. Well, for everyone else, for Garf is a gnome spy. Well, the best way to... Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure? The best way to absolutely 100% guarantee to get rid of a gnome population is you have to start using onions. So when are we gonna get a new mod? Mod applications open. But gnomes hate onions. They hate anything in the onion family. So start planting your onions, and if you start seeing that all your onions and your garlic and your everything else, I can prove it, rips off the Garf skin. There was a gnome beneath it all along. So this is why Garf was so against the skinning. But yeah, if you plant onions and you see a bunch of them are like dug up and thrown around and stuff like that, that means there's probably a gnome that's pretty angry at you. Keep planting. Keep planting. You need to plant them everywhere. You cannot have a single inch of garden, of dirt, of anything that does not have something from the onion family in it. You need so many onions. You need to make Shrek proud, right? Shrek is one of the natural predators of gnomes. So, does garlic also work? Yes, garlic is in the onion family. So, onion, garlic, shallots, I think. But just to be completely safe, they especially hate red onions. They despise red onions. Are Addy streams usually this unhinged? I don't actually know. I have a poor gauge on how hinged or unhinged things are. You have to remember, I don't have regular door. I don't have a regular door to my room. It's a sliding door, so it doesn't actually have hinges. So I don't have a good... Garf says yes. Well, Garf's also a gnome, so I don't believe Garf, and you shouldn't trust Garf. But yeah, also, gnomes cannot swim, as demonstrated. So, another way to get rid of gnomes, flood the earth. You remember the biblical flood, you know, with Noah and the ark and stuff like that? Yeah, that was because the gnomes, there were too many gnomes, and they needed to start fresh. But the gnomes came back, because they always do. That's because we're throwing Garp into the ocean. That's because there was, a couple of gnomes that banded together, He survives, that's proof they's true. Child Garf. If they think they're a gnome, if they float, they're a witch. Okay, but witches are allowed. Witches are allowed here, because they also work to get rid of the invasive gnome population. So, that's allowed. That is permitted. To every witch here, you're safe. You know, you're welcome here. And I actually would like to inquire about some of your brews, some of your devious little brews, and curses and stuff like that, you know, because there's a couple of people who really deserve it. Now it's the okay. Now, this is where people mess up. Maxwell, if you boil a gnome, you turn them into spores. If you boil a gnome, you turn them into spores. And that's bad because that means that there's just gonna be more. There's just gonna be more of them. Because they're gonna go and they're gonna float over, those spores are gonna float around, and they're gonna land in a buttercup, in a field. And once they land in that buttercup in the field, into the acid. Okay. Acid doesn't work. Acid just does not work because that actually superpowers the gnome. Like, the last thing the world needs is more cards. Yeah. It's like if you were to give, a Victorian orphan a single Sour Patch Kid, except the orphan turned into Super Saiyan. That's exactly what happens when you put them in acid. You have to be very specific and follow specific procedures when it comes to gnomes. Check. Okay, but Garf. No, Maxwell, why would we risk turning Garf into a superpowered gnome? Why would we risk that? They were. Yes, I think people usually die if they're dunked in acid. Do it under the water. See, Maxwell, I don't know about this plan. There's very certain procedures that you have to take. I don't think this is following gnome extermination procedures. Just like a hunch. Yeah, this goes up here. You know, there's this one time when I was at a creek. I was just splashing around. Use a strong alkaline solution. No, they really like that. They really like their alkaline solutions. I don't know why. It's just something, like, it holds a lot of cultural significance to them. I don't know why, but really hope Maxwell is just uninformed and not in cahoots. Magma? There's lava gnomes. There's gnomes in the volcanoes. Why do you think volcanoes keep going off? Because of the lava gnomes. Maxwell, you know what? Zacky's right. I think you might be a gnome. I think you're just trying to use Garf as a escape gnome. Sub-zero water. No, that just puts them in a state of suspended animation. Like, they can't swim, but prove I'm not. Okay, Garf. Go ahead. Show us how you're not a gnome. Have you ever seen a fish-shaped gnome? I have, actually. It was pretty scary, actually. Like, nature just shouldn't be able to do that, you know? Six, 6 foot. Okay, you know what? You know what? That is true. Because gnomes do not grow taller than 3 feet. And that's the maximum. 2 gnomes in a trench coat. No. Gnomes famously have a disdain for trench coats. Now, if a gnome were to be in a coat, allergic even. Gnomes would be wearing like those really big, long swim parkas. You know, to try and hide from the fact that they can't swim. So, if you see someone, pointy red hat, there's a prop. Okay, but if you see someone in a swim parka with a pointy red hat and a white beard, don't trust. Do not trust. That's a gnome. Too lazy. Gnome behavior? I don't know who to trust anymore. I don't know who to trust anymore. The rockers in the house tonight. Beautiful. Thank you. But yeah, I am surprised there were even gnomes here to begin with. My guess is that they were probably sent here on a specific gnome mission to test out budding gnome technology to see if they could end up swimming. They could not. And the gnomes will never get a report back on the efficiency. But they'll know. They'll know. Usually I take time to, not take time, usually I lock in pretty quickly when it comes to Powerwash Simulator, but you know, when you're talking about something as important as the invasive gnome population, you have to take your time. You have to take a second, center yourself, and educate the masses about the dangers of gnomes, of invasive gnomes. They are not as cute and whimsical as people want you to believe. No, that's gnome propaganda. Which is not cool. Everyone say no to gnome propaganda. Like I was saying earlier, I was at this stream one time, and I was skipping rocks, and then one of my rocks ended up on the other side of the stream and hit a gnome straight on the hat, and the hat just completely shattered. And I heard this just awful, terrifying shrieking. It sounded horrible. It was literally grating on my ears. And I realized I'd accidentally killed a gnome elder. And that was really scary because I had to string up onions all around my house. I had to put them at the windowsills. I had to put them in the vents. In the vents. My entire house smelled like onion for a month because I had accidentally killed this gnome elder. You wanna know what the gnome elder was doing? Poaching fish. Like, I was actually doing the community a service by accidentally killing the gnome elder. But gnome. The gnomes had to try and get me for that. They're vengeful little beasts. But you're still here to tell us your story. Yeah, it was really touch and go for like 3 days. It was scary, you know? Unless you have your gnome hunting license, be very, very careful. Even if you have your gnome hunting license, be very, very careful. You can still, if a gnome wanders onto your property, you can still kill it. However, you can't go out hunting them, right? And that's where things are more difficult, because they won't attack you for defending your property. But if you end up getting on their bad side, thousands of children worldwide still believe gnomes are these harmless, whimsical things and not the invasive, awful creatures they are. Exactly. I saw a child try to handshake a gnome once, but handshakes are seen as like very, very mean and very, very rude gestures. And then I saw the child get dragged away into a gnome den. The last I heard, they've been turned into a gnome. Right? Gnomes have that power. They like turning people who still think that they're whimsical into one of them. And those ones are the scariest, honestly. Those are the scariest gnomes. Why didn't I clean these two? How so? Well, when I mentioned those acorn cups, yeah, we don't know all the science behind it, but we believe it has something to do with the types of syrups they put in those, and they can turn people into gnomes. It's actually theorized that that's originally where the resurgence of gnome population came from. A couple of people accidentally drank the magical syrup that turns you into a gnome. But we can't really say for sure. We don't have enough evidence to confirm that. Where? There we go. I know I said where. I know where this is. I think besides the what's it? The DLC levels, I've finished every level in Powerwash Simulator. I like Powerwash Simulator. It calls to me the urge to power wash things. Okay. Is this the last palm tree? Yes, it is. Let's go. We're at 20%. So, like, the moment a person becomes a gnome, they just lose their humanity and get gnome instincts. That's actually scary. It is scary. Because oftentimes, people who get turned into gnomes still retain their human strength. Need to play Powerwash Simulator sometime. Yeah. Powerwash Simulator doesn't tell you this about gnomes, right? This is all some of the things they want to hide, you know. Powerwash Simulator has a lot of gnome propaganda. So if you play this game, think critically, and remember, gnomes are not your friends, and nor are they these whimsical little creatures. They're devious. You'll see them stalking you in pretty much every level, so you have to be really careful. Yeah, but just remember, gnomes are not your friend. I met a friendly gnome once, and I was willing to help out this gnome because this was before I knew what they were truly capable of. I was helping out this gnome that got hat injury, and everything was fine, you know, getting all organic, pesticide-free strawberries at the store to feed this gnome, right? And then the gnome council crawled through my air conditioning vents, and they killed this gnome. They killed this friendly gnome who I was rescuing. And it really broke my heart, because it was a very polite gnome. But gnomes only exist to take over the world. Purely through gnome means. Like, they do not rely on humans. They do not rely on anything. Just more gnomes. And they don't realize that this means that they're gonna make the environment unstable. And this means that what are they gonna eat? Actually, gnomes have been known to occasionally indulge in cannibalism. So they probably don't care that much, because they'll just eat other gnomes. It's a gnome world out there. Alright, all the trees are done. Rain dome, it looks like a mushroom. Oh. So it is. So it is. But yeah, a lot of people think gnomes are animals. This is not true. They're in an animal kingdom all of their own. However, the closest related kingdom would be the fungi kingdom. In fact, there are some speculative theories about mushrooms and fungi actually being part of the gnome family, the gnome kingdom, and that, you know, it was actually them all along. But we don't know for sure. It's a little hard to study gnomes since they just dissolve when they die, and you cannot dissect live specimens. This is very important educational information for everyone. You know, I've been working on trying to educate people about the gnomes for years. No gnome jerky? Yeah. Well, there is gnome jerky, but it's just unethical to get. Just like, as long as that hat remains intact, they'll be alive. But they'll be conscious the whole time. So it's not ethical to consume gnome jerky. Yeah, Like, look. Gnomes are an invasive species, but I don't think you should be cruel to them, right? Like, there are humane methods in which to hunt gnomes. So, onions are a great repellent, but when that fails, what weapons for self-defense would you recommend? Hammer. Go for the hat. Just go for the hat. The hat will shatter. Hammer or anything similar that can just break the hat apart, as quickly as possible. Right? Like, if it just gets a crack in it, the gnome will still live, but it'll be, you know, in misery. So it's best to just get over with one swing. One time, I actually had to use part of my PC. I had to take it and I had to swing the monitor at the hat, but it took a couple of takes. And I felt really, really bad afterwards. Anyways, what's everyone doing for Valentine's Day? Dinner and baking! Yay! What will you be baking, though? Because now I'm curious. I really like baking. Meeting up with the gang tomorrow to chill and drink. Fun. Cookies and cakes. Always a joy when there are cookies. You pull up to the function and there's cookies and cakes. It's a good time. I honestly don't know what I'm doing for Valentine's Day this year. Probably just same old, hanging out, I guess. You know, Valentine's Day usually isn't a super big thing for me, so, you know, it's just like, okay, it's kind of another day. For the most part. I like spoiling my friends, though. Can I be let out? Yes, thank you. Yeah, now I'm thinking about baking. At I mentioned about the king cake today. Really disappointed. Really disappointing. Because it was like supposed to be filled with cream cheese, but it was just the area where it was supposed to be filled with cream cheese was pretty much just hollow. It was just air there. And I was like, it was a big space too, which means that there's a lot of missing king cake and cream cheese. Right? How am I supposed to celebrate Mardi Gras like this? Disgraceful. Okay, I have to wash this thing. There we go. Alright. I don't even know what kind of order I'm going in cleaning here, but it's an order, that's for sure. If I were to bake, what would I be baking? Ooh, okay. Y'all know at Subway, those like raspberry cheesecake cookies? Those are really good. I might actually want to bake those. Because what you can do is you can get, like a box mix of, like raspberry muffins. And then you just make cookies with that. It's really good. And add white chocolate chips. But also, fun fact, white chocolate isn't actually chocolate because never been to Subway sounds yummers. It is, it's so good. The cookies, I'm kind of neutral on the sandwiches. But with the white chocolate, okay, it's not actually chocolate because to be chocolate, you have to actually have cocoa in it. Cocoa butter does not count. White chocolate is only made using cocoa butter, right? No actual, like, cacao. And additionally, a lot of cheap white chocolate doesn't even use that. Like, no cocoa butter, just something else. So, yeah, just remember, you can still call it white chocolate, but it just remember in your heart, it's not actually chocolate. Really don't like these mural dolphins. It's something about them. I don't like it. Ah, 32%! Yay! Let's do. Alright, the waves and the dolphins all count as a different part of the wall mural, but the sun doesn't. So I'm wondering where they draw the line on this, because the sun has actual depth to it. The dolphins and the waves do, but I don't know. Let's see. Where? Oh, here's the stool. Okay, let's. What am I missing on the wall mural? Please, I need to clean the wall mural. Oh, part of the sun? Wait, it did? Oh, it did! Oh my goodness. Here, let me allow. Yay! But Don Quixote, I love. So, there we go. Now it is let through. Yeah, I have a what's it called? I have a little, I don't know what it's called. A little thing that just a pop-up thingy that shows me the chat, but it doesn't let me interact too much. So I can't see if something gets auto-modded or not. So if it does, one of y'all will need to let me know. Yeah, I don't know what's up. What's like where the okay, whatever. I'll just move on to the waves. I think I mentioned the other day that I had read The Wings with Sari. So that was really nice. A lot of the things I had read where people describe The Wings and other works by Isang describe the main characters as antic. And I was like, what do they mean by this? What does this mean? And I finished reading The Wings and I was like, I think I kind of understand now. Cause like, you know, in The Wings, it's I don't know how to explain. It's like I really don't know how to explain. Just highly recommend you should read source material for your Blorbo. And then you'll be able to appreciate them that much more. Then you could be a little silly little guy about the character. And it's great. I love being a silly little guy. Ah, I see. There we go. Garf shall return. I'll have to fight some gnomes. I understand. Good luck. Oh, scavenge a snack. Okay, right. Right. Yep. Wink. Scavenge a snack. I get it. I get you. I get you. For everyone unaware, did read The Wings got a physical copy of a collection of some of the poetry. Ooh, okay. Nice, nice. I have a PDF of a bunch of different modern Korean literature. So that's gonna be really fun to read some others. It's like I don't think it's for me. Still good though. I personally really enjoyed it. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's just like it might have to do with the fact that I don't even know what I was thinking. I'm not running full capacity tonight. I think that's probably pretty apparent. I don't know, maybe it's just that I really like Isang's character. He's a silly little guy. He's a great character. I think he's super interesting. He's like tied with Don Quixote. Like I know I talk about Isang more, but like he's tied. But I do like being able to read the source material of the characters. I haven't read much, but I did read the Metamorphosis. That was really good. And of course I read the Wings, and I plan on reading Demian, and of course Don Quixote. Yay! But it really gives you a deeper appreciation of how Project Moon crafts their characters. Because you'll notice influences, even really, really small influences in the characters. And you're like, oh, that's where they got this little thing from. And it's super cool. I should probably do a Olympus Company stream at some point. That might be fun. But I still haven't finished Kanto 8. Forgive me. It came out at a not great time. So sometimes I still think about the not so great time when I think about playing it, which is a shame because I really want to play it. Oh man, my internet decided to did not hear what you... Okay. Yeah, I was just mostly talking about how I was planning to read more of the source materials, and how I liked how Project Moon crafted their characters, and then about how I still haven't finished Kanto 8, but I kind of want to do a Limbus stream, but I don't want to stream Kanto 8. Yeah, because, ugh. All I will say about the matter is be very, very careful of people who hold influence. That is all I am going to say. This goes for literally everyone. Like, I do not care. I do not care that you are literally watching me right now. Always be cautious of people who hold influence. I have no idea what kind of pattern I have. I will do. Good, good, good. No idea what kind of pattern I'm going in cleaning here. It's kind of random. I usually am more methodical, but I'm kind of going all over the place tonight. I'm at 41%. That's nice. I'm also usually a lot faster when I play Powerwash Sim. Windows. Is that that's supposed to be a reflection? Or... I don't know, I just really like this stream with the chilling vibes and chat interactions. Yeah, it's just chill today. I say that as if, you know, it's not usually chill, it is usually chill, but I don't know why I'm saying it like it's not usually. Yay! Window clean. I'm gonna clean this column and move over to the other side again. Yep. Whee! Actually, on the topic of Valentine's Day earlier, now that everyone's outfits for Valentine's Day have been revealed, what is everyone's favorite? I'm very curious because I think Marnie did a great job designing them. They're so cute. Okay, just clean up this side as well. Don't know why I didn't do that on the other side before moving over. Really didn't have time to watch any of the other streams. You're the only one whose outfit saw. Yeah. Ah. Hang on a second. Need to... fan user. Yeah, the other outfits are really cute. You can see the Marnie one in the art posted for the Valentine's Day art stream. Also, let me check. My frames seem to be doing good. Just wanted to make sure that there was no lag. But yeah, so I think yeah, Marnie did post art with the full outfit. Yeah. Yay! But Marnie and I switched hairstyles. I have pigtails, she has braids, so that's kind of funny. Definitely check out the other outfits later. Yes, they're great. They're awesome. Just clean this whole wall. Also, are you planning on setting up some stream points redeems in the future? I absolutely am. I've just been kind of procrastinating that because I have to fully register as affiliate. I'm like, man, I gotta fill out tax information, man. That's not fun. It's boring. So I've been kind of procrastinating, but I absolutely am gonna have redeems. It's gonna be fun, and it's gonna be silly. Hey! All sparkly now. But yeah, I just, I am... Ugh. Taxes. Sharks don't have to pay taxes, so I'm like, come on. Can't I be exempt? Look at me, look. I'm a shark. Please. Please, Twitch, please. So yeah, until I set that up, no affiliate. Which I should set that up next week. I might actually do that. Some of the redeems will obviously include bonk, head pat, yelling at me to drink water. Probably chibi, because chibi's fun. No murder redeem? That would be pretty funny. I would appreciate that. I don't know, I'll figure out how to get that done. Let's get the sunshade. Once I saw a gnome trapped in resin, it was still alive in there. Kept trying to chew its way out. Not strong enough. Yet. It's biding its time. You know, gnomes are a big fan of casserole. That's part of the reason I don't like casserole all that much, you know? It reminds me too much of the things I have seen. All the gnomes. So many gnomes. Come on. There we go. I'm grateful I've never encountered a gnome. Sounds like a haunting experience. Oh yeah, it really is. Sometimes they'll even literally send ghosts to haunt you, so it's quite literally a haunting experience at times. On how much they dislike you. Like, I don't even think you can legally hire ghosts to hunt people for you. Right? Like... I don't think that's how it works. Alright, what else to clean? Just clean in the pool. I've been thinking about Snail Simulator. I've been told that I would probably want to get a group to play with, so I'll have to look into that. I've heard you can jump infinitely. Probably some unethical deals with the dead on their part. Yeah. Snail Simulator. Yes, Snail Simulator. It can be a snail. I don't know why, but I just... These confused me. Why are they there? Sounds wonderful. It does sound wonderful. It looks wonderful. I really want to play Snail Simulator. You can get hats and stuff from for your snail. From what I have been told. Like a shark hat. A snark hat. A snark snat. I'm fluent in snail, actually. I got my certificate in snail slanguage. It's really prestigious, actually. Glass is almost done being cleaned. Oh, let's go! Walking in on the glass. Can you say something in snail? It's okay. Oh man, oh my goodness. I don't know what's gotten into me tonight. Yay! Well cleaned. I mean, definitely at least gonna try and cut up and compile the gnome talk. Thank you, I appreciate it. You know, if you do, I would be very happy about that. I would send that out as like a PSA or something. PSA about gnomes. This wall's almost cleaned, I think. As long as all the spots aren't really that much of a deal. Oh, hi Lee! Welcome! I'm power washing and I was talking about gnomes. About how they're an invasive species and like really bad for the environment. Yeah, it's all cleaned. still can't believe what the gnomes did. I think they had an involvement in, like, what was it called? Yeah, gnomes dig burrows, can disrupt existing biomes when they're invasive. Yeah, exactly. Like, they typically stick to the forests, but they expand. They expand their range. They adapt, and it's very scary. They're eating up all the native wildlife. But yeah, they're like snails in that a lot of their organs are in their hat. So that's why I'm like, if you wanna kill them fast and humanely, just knock out the hat. Destroy the hat as fast as you can. Just one big ol' hammer to the hat. It's like their shell, except they can't retreat into it. Yeah, exactly. A quick twist of the wrist, you know? Make it fast, make it efficient. Do whatever you can. Shovel for long-range actions when the gnome is particularly dangerous. Yes, exactly. Like, always have a shovel in your house. Especially if you live near where gnomes have been taking over. And always remember, what about a spade? Is the spade long enough? That's the question. Probably not. You enjoy close quarter combat. Okay. In that case, carry on. But just remember to be fast about it. Is where I excel. Okay. So, everyone, contact Garf if you have an infestation of gnomes in tight quarters. They'll know what to do. Still not 100% sold on you not being a gnome, Garf. I mean, the trench coat was pretty much proof. I yearn for gnome blood. Well, I don't know, because the gnome cannibalism. But then again, judgment is misplaced. Then again, the gnomes don't really care about blood. They care about the 3 other humors. You know, Barf living in Bloodborne Gnome Edition. Yeah, but gnomes are the ones that care about black bile and yellow bile and phlegm. That's what gnomes care about. They don't care about blood. They think it's useless, and that's where they're wrong. So I'd say the fact that Garf yearns for gnome blood, that's pretty good evidence that Garf's not a gnome. No, Maria. Fear the old gnome blood. Gnomeborn. If someone makes a Dark Souls mod... No, not Dark Souls. I'm sorry, my brain. If someone makes a Bloodborne mod and makes all of the enemies gnomes, I will play. I'm not a huge Souls-like game fan, but I would play Gnomeborn. Can I trick weapon a gnome? That's a good question. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask the Gnome Extermination Council about this. Right, like, I work for them, you know? I'm an educator and a public speaker, a spokesperson, but I'm not actually part of the council itself. So, they're the ones who are gonna know. Oh, I'm at 66%. Oops, the what? The Gnome Extermination Council. I mean, it says on the tin. It's a council about the... Yeah, why are you nervous, Gar? Ah, my eyes. Oh, we have 67. Go ahead, say it. 67. $68 really is the most cursed number because it falls in between 67 and 69. All great gnomes lose their child and yearn for a surrogate. Is that 6-7 in Polish? Oh my goodness. Still making Gnomeborn jokes. Don't mind me. No, I think Gnomeborn is a great concept, you know? Another Souls-like game where it's all gnomes. Like, and it shows off the true nature of gnome kind. I think that would be brilliant. Be wonderful, actually. The Hunters of Gnomes dream. This is all wonderful. Do not feel like you have to stop making gnome jokes in my chat. Yay, more floor cleaned! Oh wait, this still isn't clean. Thought I cleaned it. Been tricked. What if in Dark Souls 3, instead of the ashen one, they were the gnomish one? You know what? Yeah, exactly. Wobble gnomes? Wobble gnomes! That's basically just what gnomes are. You know, they're like wobble dogs, except evil. Incredible. I'm still really sad that the Wobble Dogs VOD got, like, raptured. I'm so sad because we had Taco, who couldn't even walk because the body was so short and the legs were so long. This poor beast. I had to drag it around everywhere and kept on feeding it French fries to get longer. That's the one I felt. No! Oh. Yeah, I'm really sad about it. It told me I had like another day left, and then I go and it's gone, and I'm like, are you kidding me? That's uncool. Alright. Wobble dogs always friends. Just want to create abominations. Yeah. I feel bad whenever I create abominations. On my personal save, that I don't, you know, like, stream, but I like playing it for Sari to watch, we managed to get a dog with a tail. So that was really cool. Okay. It'll simply be more of a surprise on the next stream to see the new creations. Exactly, exactly. Probably gonna put in a lot of effort trying to get a dog with a tail or wings or horns. Because I don't have any of those, I just have different colors and stuff. Or patterns. Haven't gotten any patterns yet. Wobble Dogs is fun. Like, it's just... it's a silly little game. I always feel bad about the dogs dying. And I know you can make it so they live forever, but... apparently that blocks you from doing cool things or something. I still feel so bad though. And then I had recently figured out that if like a dog is angry or upset or anything, you can pet it and it'll calm down. And now I feel really bad because Geen and one of the other ones was just angry all the time. And I was just like, why are you so mad? And if I had known that I could pet them and that they would calm down, I would have. And I'm just like, I missed out on petting. Push it on the circle of life. Yeah, pretty much. Wobble Dogs is 100% how science works, trust me. Okay, we're at 71%. And I'm almost done with the lower deck. As John Wobble Dog, I agree with this statement. Thank you, John Wobble Dog. Very cool. John Garlic pays his respects. I miss John Garlic. Rest in peace. Do you think this is what it was like after they finished filming Iron Lung? Hosing the goo off the set? Maybe. I saw someone joke, what if Markiplier drank all that fake blood, and then drew him with like made him look like a blood fiend from Project Moon. That was pretty funny. Although I also did see fan art combining both the Iron Lung movie and Powerwash Simulator. Wait, did go to the hospital because he got too much fake blood in his eye. Yeah, I remember that. Which, I mean, it makes sense when you have the film with the most fake blood ever. Speaking of, I think the Powerwash Simulator. Yeah! The Powerwash Simulator account did respond to that. I think that's how I saw it. It was super cool. Come on, I've almost cleaned the lower deck, please. There's so much... Egg? Question mark? Iron Lung and Powerwash Sim. Craziest collab of the century. No, that wouldn't be the craziest collab. I could probably think of crazier. Chuck E. Cheese and Limbus Company. Now that would be Iron Lung Powerwash Sim mod hosing down the sum of all the blood. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, sometimes I just become either obsessed with paleontology or animatronics, like actual animatronics. Usually the Chuck E. Cheese or Showbiz Pizza ones. I'll swing between those two as like as a passing interest. And I learned about Uncle Clunk, who has 33 separate movements. And he's scary. He's scary. You seen it? Yeah, I really liked it. I have not seen it yet. I haven't been to theaters in forever. And the one around here, well, let's just say, Chucky likes to hang out there, you know, when he's not busy serving up pizza and stuff like that. Seen it twice, it's so good. I've heard only one spoiler about it, and I'm not gonna say what that is. Because it sure is a spoiler of a variety. Garf also liked it. So general consensus is people like the Iron Lung movie. Peek if you like slow dread horror. I do. I like the original Iron Lung game, even if I've never played. That's the thing with me. I like horror, but I don't play horror. But that's gonna change tomorrow. Horror. Yes, it is, Zaki. That is exactly the spoiler I know. I embarrassed myself in the theater. Garf, what do you mean by this? Garf, what do you mean by this? Does this have to know? What did you do? We need to know. Yeah, Garf, come on, answer us, please. Or else we'll start accusing you of being a gnome again. I'm trying to think, what's the last movie I watched in a theater? Unfortunately, I think it was Toy Story 4. And I wasn't there purely on my own accord, and I was just sitting there and I was thinking, why was this movie necessary? Like, critics are panning it, but to be honest, a lot of it is very bad faith or missing the point of eldritch horror. Real, understandable. I generally speaking, don't trust critics on a lot of things. Just because, like, it'll be about, like, ask the cashier for, and I quote, 2 tickets to your finest iron lug, madame. And she responds with, are you full legal name? Just completely clocking you? That's crazy. I've never seen this lady in my life. Or if I could guarantee that probably made their day. That is wonderful. That is, oh my goodness, that's actually wonderful. Like, my goodness, all of my customer service moments have all been as a lifeguard, and it's not fun because it's like, how do I explain it? It's usually a lot of people not following the pool regulations and rules, and then you have to like blow the whistle at them, and then so confused, but my entire group found it hilarious. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. But yeah, like, people at the pool won't follow the rules and regulations, and you tell them to stop, and then they don't stop, and your coworkers get mad. Peeps in here who like Iron Lung will probably also like Skinamarink. Oh, I think I've heard of that one. I think I've heard of that one. Is that the one where it's like all the windows and doors in the house just disappeared, or is that like a different thing I'm thinking of? It has been a while since I have heard that name uttered. Yeah, okay. I remember. Made me genuinely upset. So good. Real. But yeah, like, if someone's at the pool and they're breaking a rule and you tell them to stop and they keep doing it, and then your coworkers are like getting mad at you for telling them to stop, and you go to your supervisor and you're like, hey, these people aren't chilling out, right? They keep breaking the rules, and your coworkers are getting all mad about it. And then like the people get kicked out and they're all like harassing you over it, and you're like, you're literally breaking the pool rules. It's not my fault that my coworkers are like jerks. Anyways, if I find out that you usually break pool rules, I'm banning you from stream. It's like, those rules are there for a reason. I've had to help people who've broken really, really dumb seeming rules and then have gotten hurt, and it's like, this is why we have the rules. I fell asleep during it, but it's also the one movie where afterwards I was like, what if Five Nights at Freddy's is in my room? Garf is a good swimmer. That's good. That's good. I knew a lot of people who tried to take their life jackets into areas they weren't supposed to be in. And that was bad because it would get tangled up and stuff. And also because they could not swim properly. And I was like, we need to give adult swim tests as well, because like, I've had to save more adults than kids. It's dangerous. They made a game about that, actually. FNAF 4. Oh man, I remember when I was like really scared of FNAF 4, and I was like dead convinced that Foxy was gonna be in my closet. Can't believe Garf's getting threatened. Lee, you fit in so well here. You're threatening Garf. crazy. Sometimes I look over at chat and it feels like I'm watching a little terrarium with a couple of little beasts in there. Because it's like, I don't know what y'all are gonna do next. It's like how it is with ramen. It reminds me of a great clip of a Polish YouTuber playing FNAF 4. It's delightful. Yeah, chat reminds me how sometimes I'll look over at Ramen's tank and he'll just be sitting there and he'll just sit there all day long. Or he'll be active the whole day. There's no in between. We're not beasties? Yes, absolutely you are. You got turned into a lemon drop, did you not? We are, yes, beasties. Yeah! You got turned into a lemon drop, which means that you're probably gonna end up getting shot. Because that's just how it is, you know. So proclaimed by myself. Is the Forklift Simulator song copyrighted? I hope not. I really hope not. I'm the mad scientist proclaimed by myself. Exactly. At 83%. Oh my goodness. Sorry, demons took over. No, 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 no. Exactly. I summoned them. Man, I love Millie songs. Need the Iron Lung DVD so I can watch it 12 more times. Real. There's just so many things I need to watch. And I'm like, oh, I have such a backlog of things. I'm also really excited. This year, I think it's this year. Yes, yes. There'll be season 3 of the Apothecary Diaries. Yay! I love the Apothecary Diaries. I really wish I was like Mau Mau and I could just eat poison. It has some good biblical parallels. I have so many analysis thoughts. Real. My favorite MM song? Is that Miracle Milk? Goodness, I forgot which songs were in the Miracle Milk album. I forgot which songs were in it or not. Oh no. Oh no. Hang on, let me look that up, actually. Millie Miracle Milk. Okay, okay. I know what it is. It's unidentified flavorful object. I love Why am I struggling with this? I love unidentified flavorful object. I will be covering it someday. Trust me. I have plans. I have plans. The only thing that is a little sad is, for me, it's a lot harder to find any sort of harmony guide for Millie songs. So we would either have to get them commissioned or I would have to go without harmonies. And it's like, I don't want to go without harmonies. They sound nice. Yes, let's go. Alright, and now I have these walls and more glass. Oh goodness. so many thoughts about what Iron Lung says about how we treat undesirables, wondering if save it for a thesis one day. Ooh, that would be nice. Honestly, when I think about writing, I immediately just think to a fan fiction I want to get started writing. I have several chapters with like a very, very basic outline, and I'm like adding more stuff into it. And you would think with this big ol' multi-chapter story that it would be like really interesting and insightful, but no, it's literally just a crack fic. It's literally just a crack fic. My best writing is done when there is a level of unseriousness to it. No spoilers, but there are two reveals that are very similar, but one felt a lot more horrifying to me and it lives in my brain. Real? That reminds me of what happened to Gregor recently. Which I've already explained to Lee, who, you know, is not a Project Moon fan. But like, I remember seeing that at as least spoilery as you can. But yeah, I was like, man, I love Gregor. He's a great character. Gregor Limbus Company, you deserve the world. Honestly, all the sinners deserve the world. I love them all. They're great. I don't care if some of them may be war criminals or stuff like that. They're pretty cool. So, spooky thing knows something it shouldn't. Human character doesn't know something they should. Human not knowing hit me a lot harder. Huh. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. Go. Not about who's redeemable, it's about picking your favorite war criminal. Even after all that, I still love Cromer. I do not. I think Cromer... Oxygen? Garf, what are you talking about? I do not like Cromer, and that's because her haircut's ugly. I will stand by this. Till the day I die. Oh, I understand. Yeah, after all that. Even know. Yeah, I have like no idea what's going on with the spoilers, so I will leave y'all to talk about spoiler-free Iron Lung. The wha. Right? Something less than 1,000 people left and they still... Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Oh, I understand what you mean. Yeah. Uh, Yay! All clean. I just realized the music is really appropriate for cleaning a cruise ship. I just realized somehow. Alright, let's... Something literally an iron lung. Like, I remember when it was announced and it was called Iron Lung, I was like, Iron Lung? Like the medical device? Another night in a row where I'm up till 4 a.m. Zachy! Come on. You gotta get some rest. Staying up until 4 a.m. is not good. I should know. Not that I usually stay up until 4 a.m. nowadays, but I used to. That school break, I gotta use it for the fullest. You know what? That is fair. That is totally fair. Ooh, 93%. Yes. Alright, so we are almost done with the cruise ship. I might see about taking a short break, and then looking at another level once this is done. Yep. Right, so we are almost done with the wall. Yep, okay, all walls done. 9 p.m. on a weekday, and I haven't eaten. Garth. Garth. After the cruise ship, your head is starting. Yes, please go to sleep. Please. If your head is starting to hurt, you should lie down.
Do you have any ibuprofen? I have a headache.
Okay, we just need to clear the trim. But yes, please get some rest. Even if you're taking full advantage of break, please rest. When you leave. I was about to be like, Garf, I'm not finished yet. Like, There we go. Okay, I have 3 things left. Playpool trim still, and the playpool wall, and the floor. That's pretty cool. Something something would be so awesome would be so cool. Would be the most incredible superhero movie the world has ever seen. Maybe even the screens would light up with real explosions and special effects. Like, tons and tons of special effects. Okay, I'm stopping there. I'm not continuing that. There we go. Steps on that slide cannot be safe. Yeah, definitely not. Look how many there are, and look how they're all like super small. And they're like so close to each other. That is bad. Get to see Iron Lung soon. Can't wait to rant nonsensically to you. I really want to see it. I mean, it's more of a ladder. Yeah, but that's like a really bad ladder. No grip, you would just slip. Garf spitting bars. Okay. I see how it is. I don't like ladders that much, honestly. When Garf dropping the pool diss track. But specifically about like the kiddie play area. That would be really funny. Another thing from when I was a lifeguard. There were like 2 days where we had literally no customers at all. The pool was just empty. This day next week. Okay, so we have something to look forward to. But yeah, we had literally nobody at the pool, and so we just all kind of caused a bunch of mischief. Like, we broke a lot of our own rules, but it was fine because we were all trained and we were all like, well, if you end up getting hurt, we'll just laugh at you anyways. But that's because a lot of us were kind of really dumb. I tried making sure that I was safe as I could while also being goofy, but you know, everyone was safe, so that was good. We'll be happening. We're making it happen. We're doing it. We're making it happen. Y'all remember when, like, Discord YouTube bots were more of, you know, were less... They worked more often. Sarah and I would get a bunch of songs that we liked, and then we would also grab one specific dub of Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, and we would shuffle it, and we would call it Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff Roulette. There we go! I miss Prime YouTube Discord bots, yeah. The great Ted Cheese has just showed up. Who's escaped from the emergency pantry. He was stuck in there for 10 days. He'd still be down there if not for one of the all-inclusive passengers sneaking down for a creme brulee. Oh my goodness. That's incredible. Okay. So I will be taking my short little break. In the meantime, putting y'all on the be right back screen, look and point and go, wah, wah, at the fan art. Okay, we're back. Hi, gamers. I think we should do something in bonus jobs. But I'm not sure. Because I know some of them don't allow you to use, like, the most fanciest power washer. I think the sculpture park. Let's go. Oh yeah, hang on. The messages are really funny. Cause Megalith is a 10th model of the house in which I shall see out my final days. It will be colossal, made from marble and floating 10 feet in the air due to magnetic repulsion. The magnets will be powered by a solar farm the size of Sud's East City, which will repel Sud's East City. The bearded figure in the corner is my father, eyes closed in disappointment, arms tucked behind his back, aloof and superior. He was very sensitive about his poorly defined eyebrows, hence his large pointed hat, a distraction device. I'm not sure how to break this to you, but I think your father was replaced with a gnome. (2019) 2019 was like, what? I think mentioned this the other day, like 7 years ago or something. Which is crazy. Gnome sculpture. Oh, those gnomes. I've already spoken lots about them. Do not believe more needs to be said tonight. We'll save those lessons for another day. I don't know if y'all can hear my dog in the hallway, upset that she's not being let into a different room. That was probably heard. Okay. Gnome sculpture legs. Gnomes don't actually need their legs. They can get around, like... If a gnome loses its legs, what'll happen is it'll just move around as if it still has legs. Like, they'll just, like... Imagine if you just put vanishing spray or cream or whatever on the gnome's legs. That's pretty much what it's like if a gnome lost its legs. It would still be walking around just the same as before. Fur coat. There we go. The belt. The arms. Oh boy, I think my voice is kind of disliking me because I kind of locked in for some recordings last night. So I think my voice isn't very happy with me. What am I missing on the hand? Oh my goodness, yeah. Goodness. Ah, I see. Let me back up. No, let me on. Yes, there we go. There we go. Yep. Alright. If gnomes got this big, the world would be so terrifying. Alright, got the ear. Did I get this ear? Yes, I did! That is- Ah! Okay. Up we go. Alright. Yes, there we go. I think the gnome is now clear. Is a-okay. Good to go. And this is Seymour? Come home, Seymour. So hungry. Garf, did you not eat anything? I went and I got a bowl of cereal. Garfington needs food. Sustenance, even. You made but you didn't make food for yourself, either? Garf. Come on. Garf, come on. Come on. Consume food. Okay. After stream. Garf, I don't know how long stream is gonna be. I don't know how long it's gonna be. Okay. There's a little bit there. There we go. Okay, come on. What am I missing? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay. It sure is colorful. I don't know why I said it like that, or like why that was an observation. I don't know. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Okay, there we go. Section cleared. That section cleared. Okay. Me walking into a gay bar? Crazy. I mean, you're right. I mean, I have actually heard of like some goth gay bars, so like, you know, there's that. Right. My experience of a bar is goth. It's a yeah, exactly. But like, you know, specifically advertised as both. The okay, that section. I don't know why I chose the statues. Of all things to choose, the statues might not have been a great choice. Yep, there we go. Alright, let's see. We still have so many of these little wave thingies. They look more like tendrils. Like, I don't know. is not... I don't know. Okay. Almost done. Very close to finishing. Does... yeah. Or camera use obsolete memory card? I do not know what that means. Wait. No, I do not know what that means. I may be stupid. I know what you mean, obsolete memory card, but... did I get all of this? Okay. Nope, I did not get this one. Ah, now I did. A nice camera. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've gotten to use a couple nice cameras before. Pretty nice, one might say. Oh my... Okay, can someone here euthanize me? Thanks, Lee. It's very cool. Ooh, sculpture section. Why is it sectioned weird? It's what the doctor ordered. They said, this shark is too cringe. We gotta put it down. Okay. Okay, I think the crystal's cleared. Oh, never mind, now it's cleared. $2,024. Crazy. Crazy that that was 2 years ago now. It does not feel like it was 2 years ago. Memory card doesn't fit into my laptop. Oh no, that's not good. I think I would just lose it if that happened. Okay. It's done. Let's clean the lights. Oh, they're just part of the... Okay, never mind. I haven't gotten anything yet, but I was going to. Yeah, that really sucks. See? let's finish the plinth base. Oh, I'm only at 18%. It feels like I've been locking in, but I'm only at 18%. Oh. Oh, I have some regrets. Dante. Start digging in your butt, twin Dante. Sorry. The demons. Oh man, I was about to quote something, but then I'm like, no, I can't quote that person. I don't like that person, so I will not quote them. Camera says card full when there's no images on it. I think this card is broken. Yeah, that's weird. Quote me, Addy. Okay, you've been quoted. Don't want to buy a new camera that can use SD cards. Yeah, like, there's gotta be some way that it can work. There's gotta be some way. Surely. Please. Okay. Why Urkel? Also got buy an XD card adapter and also a new XD card. Yeah. It's a shame. Oh hey, I'm at 22% now. Oh, okay. Apparently that cleans like that. Yay, cleaned. I'm only at 24%. Ooh. Oh, come on. Wyatt Earple. Wyatt Earple. Just heard someone revving up their stupid motorcycle. It is almost 10 p.m. over here. That's ridiculous. Like, come on, be so for real.
Yay, cleaned.
Boundaries for how this is like cleaned is so weird. Right. And where was the... Okay, here's the plaque. There we go. Okay, no lights on this side apparently. What's this one? 2001. One was 2020. I believe that was again 2024. 2021. What was Darcy cooking here? Like, I genuinely do not know. What was Darcy cooking here? Sphere. Spherical. Ah. Okay, there we go. There's so much sphere per sphere. What is going on here? Okay, lettuce? Wait, what? What do you mean lettuce? Ah. Oh no, me neither. Do any of us really know anything right now? Not really. We're just kind of vibing, I guess. I think. There we go, finally. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. It's like, why isn't it letting me up? There we go. Because every time I turn a part of sphere, there's more dirt. There's more grime. I think I'll have it all, and then I turn and look, and I don't have any. Did I get it? Did I get the sphere? I'm just gonna hope I got the sphere. On the outside. Just steps. Okay. Home, sweat, home. Okay. Weird monolith of pink. I'm only at 35%. Are you kidding me? For some reason, this is really starting to frustrate me. I don't know why. footprints up here. What in the world was Darcy thinking? Oh, hang on, I have an alarm. I have to turn off Ramen's lamp. It is his bedtime. It is his sleepy sleep time. So, I will also be right back. Okay, Ramen is sleepy little boy now. He is the Eeper. My dirt son. Actually, in a few days, I'm gonna change his substrate. Clean his tank again. Yeah, the sleepy. Oh, I'm almost halfway off the edge. But yeah, I fed Ramen yesterday. So I'm gonna wait a couple of days for him to digest. Because I don't want him to end up regurgitating, because that could be very bad for snake health. He, one day was like really scary for me because he did it twice in one day. So I was really nervous. Was constantly checking in on him, but it seemed like he just had something in his system and he got it out. Which is good, because he's been a pretty healthy little guy. Took him to the vet a few times. They're like, oh yeah, he looks healthy. Like, what substrate do you put him on? What kind of tank? What temperature? And it's like, oh yeah, you're doing all the right stuff. So I'm like, yay! He's my little guy, and I would move the world for him. Is this like the last statue? Yeah, this is the last statue. This statue has not been cleaned. All the others have. Hmm. I'm half tempted to write after stream tonight. Like, work on fanfiction kind of writing. Will I be sharing the fanfiction? Absolutely not. But am I gonna write it? Yes. I don't actually know if I'll ever end up sharing it to, like, AO3 or something like that. What I write on AO3 is between me and AO3. And Sari. And Small. And Rat and Yue. They get special privilege, they know. They perceive. What do you mean, wow, Garf? Look, sometimes we write for a very similar thing. You jest like a jester. But yeah, I haven't finished writing anything in a long time. And it kind of makes me sad because I really want to, but it feels really difficult. So, which is why I'm like, hey, I should make a multi-chapter thing. It's brilliant, right? But I genuinely do hope that it works out. Because, like, I think it would be really funny. I like writing silly little things. Now, if I could draw, I could make the fic, like, multimedia. But I am gonna include, you know, pictures in the fic anyways, but I wanted to include, drawings of things that actually happened as well. Alas, I am a very slow drawer, and not a very good one at that. There's only, like, a small handful of art pieces that I'm actually proud of. I haven't been able to make anything that I've been proud of for a very long time. Or even completed. But it would be really fun. Be really funny. I don't know. If I do end up writing all of it, that would be really cool. this statue... Oh, we're at 44%! I didn't even realize. Statue's almost done. There we go. Does anyone else hate benches like this? Like... I don't like it. Because, like, the point of a bench is to sit on it, but this does not look like it'd be comfortable. This is just one section. Oh, okay, okay. Let's go. Okay, making some progress. Nice. Okay, we're at 48%, so we're very close to halfway. Yeah, I will probably just have to finish out this this level, and then call it a night. Okay. I remember why it's not going ding, the top part of the benches. Because I gotta crouch down more. Okay, there we go. Sleepy, yeah. Kind of. Alright. Let's follow along here. This pink part of the floor. Oh, the wave sculpture floor. I sure wonder why. %. Okay, over halfway. It's locking in so hard. We're gonna get this done. Yay! Okay, got that. Seymour floor. Okay. We're almost there with Seymour's floor. Never mind, we are not. We are not almost there with Seymour's floor. Come on, come on. Okay. Now we're almost there. Ow, my eyes, that blinded me. That hurt. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay, there we go. Our bench floor. That is not what I wanted. What is that? There's two parts to the gnome sculpture floor? Huh. Interesting. Clear out this space. Distraction device. Can't get over that. Hat is a distraction device. No, no, the hat is not a distraction device. That is exactly where you should be looking. That's where the gnome's organs are. That's where you should swing. That's where you should swing your hammer.
Yay!
Okay. 59%. Making good work of the curb bench floor. %. Okay. Good. Yeah, my throat is really starting to hate me. Oh boy. There we go. Alright, almost done with the gnome floor. I should probably carve out the boundaries of each of these floors. Methinks. Yes. They're both tunnel sculpture floor, but why? Oh, there's like multiple ladders here. I didn't realize there were multiple. Okay. 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 I think I got all of the floors. Six, seven. Someone just take me out back and put me down. Oh, I did not mean to walk backwards. I don't know how that happened. Alright. Go for this one. Right, this one's gonna be weird. I just started thinking about how deer will just like straight up eat human fingers on a dead body if they're hungry. I don't know why I started thinking about that. I don't know, I learned it in a forensic science class I took. And I was like, that's pretty neat. You know, because most herbivores aren't actually herbivores. You know, like, not in the sense we actually think of them. Like, they're not obligate herbivores. Oh goodness, I really do feel myself just getting sleepy, just getting tired. Good news is that we're at 77%. So, we're getting close to being done. I don't even know what time it is right now. Okay. Handrail. There we go, there we go. There we go. That. At 81%. You. I don't know, something gnome propaganda. They don't let you kill the gnomes except for drowning them. They forgot about that. Oh goodness, I am tired. Let's see. Dwarf. If that's your cousin, that means you're a gnome. Which means... Grabs my nearest hammer. mean shush? I'm on a mission to eradicate gnomes, so you're gonna have to go. Alright, mod applications open. We're down by a mod. Oh, that's right, the floor is here. Okay, there we go. Block sculpture floor. Right, it says I'm over halfway done with the block sculpture floor. And I mean, looking at it, yeah, I can see why it says that. Okay, we're almost done with the block sculpture floor. We're at 88%. There we go. Alright, Garf, when I finish this, you have to promise to go eat. go. Why frowny face? Like, you need food. You need sustenance. I mean, like, it's not like I'm gonna be streaming after this. So, this isn't gonna be keeping you there. Here, whatever, the word. Okay, there we go. 93%. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, I'm definitely missing some things. Alright, alright, alright. Trying to think, what am I missing? Oh, that apparently. And another piece of the crystal sculpture and part of the wave sculpture. I thought I made sure to get all of that. Maybe not so much for the crystal sculpture, but for the wave one. Well, at least I'm right next to the crystal sculpture. Oh, I see. Maybe I should have grabbed a different thing. Because okay, there we go. Are you kidding me? It's... Okay, well... It has been complete. Look at that time lapse. You gave me a cucumber sandwich, I might not eat it. But were you to put one in my hand, then take it away, I would snatch it back and eat it as if it were the last sandwich on earth. Yay! Thank you, thank you. Oh, I cracked my wrist. That hurt. Yeah, so, Powerwash Simulator and the gnomes. So, yeah, that's all. Oh goodness, I'm very, very, very eepy. I'm so tired. Oh my goodness, my frame rates dropped like crazy earlier, apparently. I thought there was lag. But yeah, that's all for today. Fare thee well.